only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? Sorry about missing last week. Frankly, it was pretty dry. Wasn't a lot to talk about. And there wasn't a lot to talk about until today, where we got hit by kind of a bombshell, honestly, out of nowhere. Now, I haven't had time to really go over all the ramifications of this. I know there's a lot of people giving a lot of takes, right, and ideas. But apparently, Microsoft just acquired Activision Blizzard, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, what's even crazier? Hold on, man. Let me just. I was like, okay, because I was looking. I ain't see the retweet yet. I was like, that's crazy right there.
What? No, I got it, bro. What the hell? You know I have it.
No, but anyway, it is crazy. But I feel like there's definitely two sides of that coin that I've seen. I know that some people are like, great, Microsoft is kind of a reliable company so far as when it comes to gaming.
Sure.
PC, Xbox. Xbox may not be the greatest console at all times, but PC. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
you're good there. But on the other side of things, I saw some people were like upset that homeboy that was the head of Blizzard gets like a silent exit after being super plus a big paycheck, and like, yeah, I guess that kind of sucks too.
Sure.
But I don't really know what we were, what was the due process that he was supposed to get besides fired, I guess. But
Sure.
but like at this point in time, it's like that's neither here nor there. If he's out and he walks off, he gets to take his big paycheck and leave, and like we'll never have to see that guy again. I think it's just the fact that he got paid to leave, I guess.
I think people are rightly upset about the whole, like, the process of it and the fact that it has to be, not has to be like this, but it feels like there's no sense of justice for this kind of stuff. There's no accountability. It's just the dude fosters a crappy culture, says, all right, we're going to fix it, does nothing to fix it, and then leaves and makes $1 billion. I don't really know what the alternative is. I think people are just, like, mad about it, but not to say that they shouldn't be, right? It's just like, what can you really do other than cause a fuss, right? I mean, people say vote with your dollars, don't buy the Activision games, but you're a drop in a bucket. You're not going to change anything, right? I don't know.
Yeah. You need a lot of drops in that bucket to change, like, I guess, the landscape or the ideas on that.
Well, most players also just don't care. Like, they're not that tuned into the politics of the whole thing, which kind of sucks, right? But I mean, it's just sort of the way of the land. So,
yeah. Well, I think the other thing is also like, for some of these games, they kind of got that back burn. Like, everyone says that Overwatch is dead, even though obviously there's a lot of active players. It's just the fact that there's like no more updates, and then there was all this information about Overwatch 2. But then now we've heard nothing about Overwatch 2 since like that one stream, I guess, or that one drop of information.
They said it would be delayed. That was like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, obviously that's probably where most of their, I'd say where most of their like resources are going. But it is unfortunate that you still have this very live game that you could have continued to still put effort into whilst making your other game. It's not like you have much to change now. You change a couple of numbers here and there to keep balance, and that's it. Like at that point in time, like you don't really need to do much more with Overwatch 1. Like there's a bunch of characters in it. It's just working on the balance while you keep that game as balanced as possible while you work on your next game and whatever else you're trying to do with that. But they just like up and just abandoned Overwatch altogether. So I'm hoping that Microsoft definitely picks it back up. But does Microsoft have like a circuit for any of their other games? I guess Halo.
They have Halo stuff as far as I know. I don't think they've dipped into the whole esports thing anywhere else, but I could be wrong. It just feels like I don't know. I wonder how Activision Blizzard were doing to warrant something like this, because I do feel like they were on a bit of a downswing. Obviously, public perception about Blizzard has been sort of in a free fall as of the past few years. But Activision itself, all of their main big franchises seem to be steadily on a decline. Not in terms of, it's not like they're totally flatlined, but I feel like Call of Duty's stranglehold on public consciousness has gone way down lately. And part of me wonders if pairing with Microsoft is sort of their play to better establish themselves in one specific vertical instead of instead of, sort of spreading across everything. But I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's weird how Microsoft bought Bethesda and now Activision. Like, who else are they going to snatch up next? Microsoft's money is just endless.
I just don't think there's that many, like, there isn't that many. I know people worry about monopolizing, but, like, I feel like that's kind of hard to do when you still have, like, Microsoft will buy all these, like, little small companies, but Nintendo will never get bought. Sony probably will never get bought. And then Epic also will probably never get bought.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I do think that, yeah, Sony could, like, scoop up some more of these small developers or even some indie developers at this point in time. But I don't ever think it's going to be a point where we only have one outlet for gaming, And I mean, and if it did come that way, that'd be insane.
Sure.
But I see that people are definitely comparing this a lot to, like, Disney buying Star Wars and stuff, because they bought that for, like, a really high price, and it's like those are two really, really big franchises, obviously, and now it's like they're all under one umbrella. So it's kind of hard as a competitor to probably go against that. So I guess it'd be like if Disney, I guess bought DreamWorks and Pixar. You'd be like, all right, well, you know what I mean? well, there's no such thing as competition right there anymore, because you're all under the same umbrella. So
yeah, but there's a billion different studios, and, like, I just looked up Activision's franchises because I was curious. I thought I was forgetting one. Because I was like, okay, the only thing that comes to my mind when I think about Activision is Call of Duty. That's literally it. And I looked up Activision franchises. It's Call of Duty. They put up Crash Bandicoot, the new one. They put out the Tony Hawk remake. They put out Sekiro. That's literally it, though. Everything else is Call of Duty. Obviously, Blizzard has its own line. But again, Blizzard's sort of model... honestly, I would argue Blizzard, even beyond, like, separate from all the public blunders and whatnot, I would argue they're just on a downturn anyway. I feel like their model of making games has sort of been somewhat, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as relevant as it used to be, and they haven't had that next big hit. I mean, they've had Overwatch, which was a big deal, but it quickly sort of faded out of the conversation in a way that, like, a lot of games don't. Like, it's a multiplayer only game. I feel like Overwatch was only around for like a year. Meanwhile, Apex, which is another multiplayer only game, is consistently sitting kind of pretty, honestly. It's doing well.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, like, Blizzard has World of Warcraft. Like, that's just, you're never going to be able to get rid of that. That's the largest I mean, it's, as much as we may not pay attention to it, it is still definitely kicking. So, like,
I feel like Final Fantasy is eating that lunch, though, right? Like, I thought Final Fantasy cut into it a lot. I could be wrong.
I don't know if I think Final Fantasy's definitely got a piece of the pie, but I feel like it's impossible to, like, really take WoW out of the conversation. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Like, it's just, that game has been around so long. It's been around so long that they actually got a chance to release the legacy version of it, which I don't know why any of y'all played that. Like, y'all must have forgot that nostalgia was really hitting.
It's gross. It's gross. You killed 10 boars.
Game was ugly. Game was tedious. Like, people was like, can't wait to sit here and treat this game like a job again. Like, bro, just why? You
got to behead 10 rats to feed a village or something and gain 500 XP. It's a mess.
Yeah, I just, that threw me off. I was like, there's nothing about the old World of Warcraft that makes me want to go back and, like, get in there. Not even that I played it before, but, like, just, I was never interested in it when I was younger. So releasing it now in this day and age where everyone's graphics are better, there's definitely more streamlined things in more MMOs. I'm not gonna want to go back and do all that weird, like, tedious grinding that we had to do back in the 90s and 80s and stuff.
It's definitely a nostalgia play, because, like, I remember my only experience with World of Warcraft was with my best friend in high school. He had a WoW account, which was crazy because it was like $25 a month, and I thought that was like $25 a month. When I was in high school, I was like, oh my god, you eating caviar every night too, brother? Jesus. Surf and turf for dinner? I thought that was so expensive. And I played one night on his account, and I got to, like, level 12, and I understood why everybody was so addicted. Because, good lord, they find ways to do it. But I feel like there are a lot of new, more sophisticated, better ways. Like, how is WoW Classic going to compete with Fortnite? Fortnite keeps you going. It's designed to keep you playing. Old WoW just, like, was the first version of that kind of consistent thing. So it's strictly a play for older people who just wanted to relive their youth again, right? Like nobody knew, I feel like, would get into vanilla.
Yeah. I'm looking at this 5-year breakdown actually, and yeah, no, this game is actually losing quite a bit of popularity. It's not even full 5 years. This is 1 year. So, February 2021, there was over 3 million players, and then there was a dip in the middle of 2021. Then in like late summer, it went back up, and now it is down to just the first year of this month, it is down to just over 1 million players. So
Okay.
I mean, still 1 million players is impressive for sure, but
Yeah, it's
like
still big.
not for where you were at, So I guess I'm gonna go. Let me go ahead and look at Final Fantasy.
The problem with
Destiny 2's got 38.5 or 38.58 million, and then Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn is 36.64. But
wait, 36 million on Final Fantasy?
That's total players altogether.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, because total players of World of Warcraft right now is 116 million.80, but then Final Fantasy is 36. But if you look at the population chart or the year chart, it is gaining, and it definitely has more players right now than WoW, sitting at just over 2 million active players over the last year, and that's starting from January. So,
damn. Okay. I have no idea what's going on in the MMO space, if I'm being honest. I just see everybody talk about Final Fantasy every once in a while. Like, oh, that's the hot one, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Right now, it's popping. I mean, it just had that expansion too, so obviously, a lot of people are loving that. As far, I think the only other one that let me go and check New World. I don't even know if anyone's even playing that game anymore, dude. What happened to New World?
Forgot about that one. I ran like 3 bounties for New World, and I didn't play a minute of it. I was in queue the whole time, and Twitch paid me for it. I was like, thanks. Perfect.
So New World is nowhere near 1 million. Their peak was at 1 million at the end of last year.
Sick.
And it has slowly declined back to about just a little under 500K. So
still not bad. I mean,
sure, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of ones on here that I've seen that I'm like, oh yeah, what happened to that game? PSO's on here, PSO 2, Star Wars, what? Black Desert, Guild Wars, RuneScape, all those things. All these old games that I remember being in here, but they're just not part of the.
I didn't know MMOs were this big, bro. That's insane to me. I didn't realize they were that, because like, if you're gonna join an MMO, it's a commitment. You're like locked in for a while, Yuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest reason why both of us don't play them, because we just, I don't have time to like. Not that I don't have time, but I feel like my interests are too vast for me to stick to an MMO, because like I'll play that for like a week, and then something cool will come out next week, and then I'll play that for like 2 weeks, and then I'll go back and I'm like way behind now.
Yeah.
So that's always been one of the reasons why I haven't been able to get too far into MMOs. I think the biggest one that I play, it's not even an MMO, but the biggest like ongoing game that I played was Genshin, and then even then, like after about a year, I stopped playing that too. So it's just it's rough out here, man. It's rough. If you have to have that mindset, or that mindset to be in it for the long haul if you want to play some MMOs.
So going back to the conversation about one company buying another, what's crazy is like, I'm pretty sure Microsoft could just buy Sony outright. Like, I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, they could just end all of this. And because Microsoft has so much money, I feel like they could just eat them alive. I don't think they could ever do that to Nintendo. Not to say that they couldn't buy them, but I feel like Nintendo like occupies a space that's so separate and unto themselves that it's different. But theoretically, I mean, like, they could just merge.
No, you're facts. I just looked at the net worth.
Crazy.
The net worth of Sony is about 80 billion, and while the net worth of Microsoft is 2.5 trillion. So
not even close.
Not even
80
close.
billion to trillion.
2.5 trillion.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, in fact, let me go ahead and 2.5 trillion divided by.
How many times could they buy them?
Divided by 80 billion, sorry.
That's insane,
80
dude.
billion They could buy them 31.25 times.
To have all of Sony. That's not even just PlayStation, right? That's all of Sony, like
Yeah, I
TVs,
typed in Sony. Yeah,
Walkman. Oh my god. Isn't there a Japanese law that disallows foreign companies from buying them out? Is there? Let's go Japan. Thinking ahead. Very
they said none
forward
of this
thinking.
monopoly. That's funny that Japan would do that, but then you look over at Tencent in China, and they're like,
right? Yeah, yeah.
They're like Tencent is like 80% of China, bro. Like and counting. So
yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, there is. I don't. I guess the thing is, I mean, Sony's gonna hold to its guns. Sony also has some pretty good, pretty cool stuff that they bought. Like they recently just bought what, Evo, so that's neat.
They bought Evo, yeah.
I feel like the scary thing about that is when your competitor has that much net worth, like couldn't they just double your asking price and rebuy it? Like, well, yeah. I guess it's Sony's now, so Sony would have to give it up. But like, just I don't know, man. I did not know the disparity was that big. Let me go look at Nintendo's net worth.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Nintendo, I think. Oh God, I actually don't know. I feel like it'd be less than Sony by a lot because, like,
jeez,
what do they got?
Wait, is that just Mario? No, that's Nintendo Mario's net worth. I need to know how much Nintendo's net worth as of January 14th, 2022 is $59.39 billion.
Yeah, they're way smaller in scale. Like they're just straight up, they only make games.
Why Mario is worth $30.25 billion?
Okay, I don't know about that. What is Mario doing to be worth all that?
That Mario network go crazy.
He hustling. What the heck?
So,
all right. Well, I wonder, like, one day, let's say the next Switch comes out, right? This Switch is dead and gone. They put out another console. Nintendo seems to like flub every other generation, So it's like Super Nintendo, good. N64, great. GameCube, bad, at least from a sales perspective. It didn't do good. Wii did amazing, blew the roof off the world, right? We like changed the world. Wii U tanked. Wii U was awful. Everybody hated it. Switch, blowing the roof off again.
I didn't know the GameCube did awful. That's crazy.
The GameCube was not very good. N64 wasn't great. I think N64 is like, it now occupies a spot in people's minds better than any of the other consoles, though. Like, people don't really remember PS1 as fondly as they do N64. So, like, in terms of sales, it did fine. But, like, in terms of, like, ongoing sort of life, it did great. But, yeah, GameCube got... It was bad.
I think the Switch, though, it's dialing into what made Nintendo, like, where Nintendo really stands out, and it's that handheld. Like, nobody touches Nintendo when it comes to handhelds.
Yeah, it's combining that and the 3DS,
Yeah, so, like, I mean, even without 3DS, I mean, like, I know that they say the Game Boy SP didn't sell that well, but, like, just Game Boys in general, like, when you compare them to all the other handhelds, the Neo Geos, the PSPs, the PS Vitas, like, none of that ever got close to what Nintendo was selling. Right. And I had a PSP, the first one, and loved it, but not a lot of other people had that.
Right, yeah.
So, that's insane, man. Like, it's interesting how they were able to corner that market and then also bring that market to, like, regular console market, because the regular consoles weren't hidden.
I just wonder,
like, outside of the Wii,
if, like, what if Nintendo, has a bad generation again and they do terribly? Microsoft could just be like, hey, we'll buy you right now, and then just do it. That is a world that exists. I don't think they ever would, but they could theoretically. I think Nintendo's a little bit too prideful for that. But if that market goes down, it's like, that could be in existence.
Wasn't Nintendo and Microsoft, like, initially working on something? And everyone thought it was going to be netcode?
Maybe. I remember, like, there's been a lot of partnerships that they've done. Who knows? But I think Nintendo is also, like, so small and insular that they like what they're doing, so it doesn't matter. But who knows? We'll see. Microsoft has an absurd amount of money, so we'll see how the Activision partnership goes. Like I said, I don't really care about Activision or Blizzard. So for me, this doesn't mean anything. Also, like,
you don't like none of those games, bro?
It's all COD.
Oh, that's fair.
It's all COD.
I mean,
I like Tony Hawk, but I don't think they're making new Tony Hawks,
Blizzard really don't got nothing else, man. Blizzard games, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Diablos, Hearthstone, StarCraft.
Blizzard are dork games, bro. I've never.
Blizzard, I feel like Blizzard is actively killing all these games too. What the?
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing.
Man.
Yeah.
That's so like, yeah. I mean, I know that Hearthstone's still being played, but it's when Hearthstone first came out, like for 2 years straight, that's all I heard about, and I feel like I haven't heard too much about it at all. It's always going to be around, but Diablo is always around for like a year or some change, and then like that's about it.
Sure.
World of Warcraft again is on the decline, and then Overwatch is like, I don't know. Like I feel like the game is still very fun to play.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's one of those games where like if you know nothing is going to change ever again, like I don't know. Which leads directly into our next topic, keeping games sustainable.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second. One thing, someone in chat just said Microsoft only spent half the money today and other studios going to get bought. I actually heard about that. I saw it in a few places that said, like, there's more news coming this week that's going to be huge.
I saw that too.
I don't know if it's true. Obviously, this could be, like, a Dr. Disrespect slasher situation where it's like, I know something you don't know, and then they never say it, whatever. I don't know. But
I'm still mad about that, dude.
Yeah, that was annoying. He just went radio silent. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. Whatever. But I do know that this episode of Y'all Gaming is brought to you by Axie Infinity. Play-to-earn games are games that allow you to earn crypto in-game, and Axie Infinity is the most popular play-to-earn crypto game in the world. Go to go.okx.com/Axie or use the link that's dropped in chat right now. Find out how you can start earning crypto today. Do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Next topic. Let's hop into it.
Hold on, but first, before that, I just say so. Someone said that the rumors have been Sega, but I don't really feel like Sega. Is that a big buy? Like, I don't.
What's Sega's worth?
Sega net worth. Let's go ahead and look
Sega's
it up.
got to be mad cheap, bro.
Wait. Oh, that's Sega. Who the hell is Sega Sammy?
Oh
okay,
yeah.
No, Sega is valued at 4.9 billion. So,
4.9 billion.
4.9 billion. Yeah.
Well, Sega hasn't had like what's their biggest franchise now? This is stupid.
It's still gotta be Sonic.
Is Persona Sega? Am I stupid? I know it's Atlas, right? But is it?
Bro, it's got to still be Sonic. There's no way.
Persona is Sega. Okay. Whew. I thought so. I didn't want to be made fun of. Sega has Persona, Yakuza. Atlas is owned by Sega. Really? I did not know that. Persona, Yakuza, and Sonic. And that's it. That's I think that's all they have. Those are the 3 cards in their deck.
They had old Streets of Rages, but I guess they gave that up.
I mean, they've got a lot. Like, they've got Jet Set Radio. They haven't done anything with it in so long that, like, now somebody else is doing it. They have a lot of franchises they're sitting on. And it's weird because I think they don't have the confidence of, like, how to make them good, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, they messed up with, like 8 Sonic games in a row. So it's just...
Apparently
but I feel
not.
like, honestly, man, it's
them.
just kind of hard to capture what was good about them before. Because, like, you know, when we go back, you know, I know everyone has, like, fond memories of Sonic Adventure 2. But if you, like, try to go back and play that game now...
No, it sucks. It sucks.
It is not as good as I remember, bro. Like, and
no.
There is that one thing that I feel like they could capture, which is a mobile Chow Garden in vein of Pokemon Go, but they just won't do that. Or at least from what I've seen, they just won't do that. It's so easy to do that and then give us, you know, little Chow activities to do like they did in Sonic Adventure 2, Chow Karate, fight your friends' Chows, race your friends' Chows, like, I don't know, just any stuff like that. Just more little mini games like that. But unfortunately, they're just not doing that. And I think that's a huge market they can capitalize on, seeing that everyone has fond memories of Chows, but they just don't want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Sega could do. I think they're sitting on a lot of gold mines that they're just not activating. But
I think Sega had a lot of good arcade games. Like as Freeman said, they had a lot of good arcade games. What is it? Then they had Metal Slug, right? That was their thing.
It's SNK.
Oh, SNK,
which is Sammy, I think, right? Sammy SNK. I don't know. I keep forgetting. Whatever. That's not the topic anyway. We're talking about MOBAs and battle royales and how they stay relevant. I gotta be honest. This was TK's idea. I don't know what the answer is. I feel like I don't know how you get a foothold and keep it. in the
Hold on,
market.
man. Like I just realized they had Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, bro. Bring that back.
Don't.
Let's get a 3D version of that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Could you
All
imagine
right.
the outrage? Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But look. The reason why I put this topic on here is because like I just recently started playing Apex again. Um, and it is fascinating to me that there are some games that like have a good foothold or a good like uh, start, and then they just kind of like taper off and never exist again. And then there's
Mhm.
other games that can withstand the test of time, but everyone still complains about them all day,
Mhm.
a la League. Everyone who plays League hates leagues, but they continue to play League. And I've been wondering, what is the magic? What is the magic formula here that is keeping people so interested in this game that is causing so much mental turmoil? And seeing that you are a very big League player,
Mhm.
why don't you go ahead and tell us?
Literally
Why
addiction.
you keep going back?
It's literally addiction. That's literally what it is. It's not like we could dress it up in other words. It's actually addiction. What it is that no other game gives you quite the same experience as whatever MOBA you play. And all the MOBAs are slightly different. So like Smite has different systems than HOTS has different systems and Dota has different systems than League. So once you're familiar and intimate with a system like League's, and you can like, for me personally, it's that I've been playing for so long that now the joy doesn't come in like actually playing the game. It comes in bending the game to like do different terrible things.
Like
So
Bard mid.
like Bard or Shaco mid. Yeah, that's all I want to do now. I don't get joy out of anything else. Like I just, it's like I have a porn addiction and I had to go to the really bad stuff. You know, my dopamine is fried, so I have to go to the really messed up stuff because it's the only way I can find any sort of appeasement. That's my brain, and I feel that way about League. I don't know about other games. This is literally how I think about things. This isn't even a bit. I've thought about it.
I'm with you, bro. I'm not gonna, like I get it. I understand what you're saying, and it is making a lot of sense. But God, was I not expecting to hear that?
Oh, it's true. It's true. I'm deep into the. Nothing else satisfies me, but it's weird because like it's literally, I was gone for like 6 months. I was playing Pokemon Unite, and then like I would get urges to play sometimes because again there is nothing like, at least for me in League, just beating the hell out of one guy. Just in lane, just dominating one guy, just dumping on them over and over. And I feel like it's like that in other games, like Smash, obviously, any fighting game. But those games are so much smaller in terms of player base and scope and scale that, like, I think the in terms of skill expression, they're pretty tight. Obviously, Melee, there's a lot more sort of skill disparity, but the game is so old that it's like you don't have that anymore because the only people playing are have been around for a long time. Something like Multiverses could probably capture that with a brand new player base.
The people who are playing have been around for a long time, or they picked it up and they literally sat in their house for like 12 hours a day, running the same tech for like 3 months straight, just to like finally get their first win on quick play. So it's a. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think that's literally it because like when Nickelodeon came out, I was playing the hell out of that, and if it constantly had a player base of people who would like, I don't know, where the MMR felt challenging and the rollback was good, I probably would have been addicted to that game at some level because it's an experience that you can only get one place. Like it's not even like other Smash games, you know?
I don't think that's true for you.
No?
I feel like if the player base was up, you're gonna be good. But if the MMR is a bunch of people who are playing like that are giving you a challenge, you don't want to play that. You don't do that. Like you don't do that anymore. I think at the beginning of almost all games that I've ever known you to play that you've been good at, you get really good very quickly, and like because you have a very good aptitude for games, and you'll like do something big, and then after you do that big thing, you're like, all right, that was fun. So
I just don't like practicing, bro. I don't like the whole like, I don't know. People grind this stuff out. I got other stuff to do, you know?
I mean, that's understandable, but like, don't sit here and lie to the viewers that you want to play a bunch of people who are also good.
Well,
Because at the end of the day, once you do your big thing, when you do your like, if you were to win a Nick tournament,
yeah,
after that, all you want to do is shit on scrubs, and that is 100% factual.
maybe, but I don't know why. Like, because like I don't want to. I when I get to a certain level in League, I want to get out. I don't want to play
Yeah.
anybody that plays often and good enough to like. Because like the stuff that I play is not good. It's just funny and it's fun
Right.
to do neat and interesting things.
Right, and I get that. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to do because League has so much, as you said, skill expression now. Because there's
There's a billion
back when we
characters.
started, like that the role that you played was the role that you had to play. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't take Caitlyn to the mid lane because she's
Yeah.
gonna get blown up by a mage or whatever, right?
Sure.
But now everyone's everywhere. There's 80 carries in top lane, there's assassins in the mid, there's supports in the jungle. Like it's just like
Yeah.
it really just depends on how you can make that work, and if everybody else on the team understands, or at least you play so well that it doesn't matter where you're at, you're still going to work.
I feel like a game needs a very specific and addicting and like a purposely addicting method of actually playing it. Weirdly enough, I think multiverses could hit that if it's good enough because I think it is doubles focused, which is a new experience, right? Like not only are you beating up one guy, but you're helping your partner. I think some games, if they have a unique gimmick and they nail it, they can do that very well. Other games are like, I don't know what Apex's gimmick is, right? Apex is fun and people like it, and the gunplay is really good. But like, what can you do in Apex that you can't do in, I don't know, other games? Of
Move. Apex has the
Movement, you
best
think?
movement in
Okay.
any BR ever. Like,
Sure.
and
Okay.
like the thing about like BRs and stuff is I feel like if you can separate yourself from at least PUBG, you're already at a good point.
I
Because
agree. Yeah.
like PUBG was like the standard, right? It's
Sure.
just it's a standard shooter in a BR universe. But when you go to Fortnite, it's a standard shooter, but now you can build. And then you go to Apex, it's a standard shooter, but now there's a lot more bullet drop, and then there's all these crazy movements and abilities and stuff that also change the game. So for that reason, I think that's why those three will stand out. But even so, like there's another game that I'm actually going to play on the other side of this segment, Super People, which is out right now as a closed beta test, and everyone is just describing it as PUBG, but with like power ups.
Okay.
And I'm like, will that make it PUBG better though, or am I still technically playing PUBG except sometimes my shots are just a little stronger? You know?
Yeah.
Like, because if those powers aren't something like okay PUBG, but now I have like a I don't know, a Superman punch, like like in the middle of me able to fight, like then sick. But
if it's like Crackdown or something arcadey, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I literally just looked up Super People and it says CBT period extended and it says sign up for CBT. Now I don't know what CBT stands for, but I think they should change that.
Closed beta test?
Yeah, they should spell that out.
That is what it stands for.
They should spell that out.
What did you think it stands for?
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
That's it. That's unfortunate. That was literally the first thing when I looked that up.
Okay, but like that's not a new term. Like that's
First I heard of it. First I heard of it was right here and right in this thing, and it's all over the marketing. Just scale that back, Super People.
Yeah.
Let me know how it is, because I just looked it up and I was like, oh, maybe I'd be into it. It says request access, so.
The request access is literally to hit the button, you're in.
Oh, word?
Yeah, just hit the button right now, you're in.
All right, maybe I'll try it. I gotta stream something else tonight, but I might do it after. So.
Bro, you keep talking about streaming something else. Why have we not played Super Animal Royale yet, bro? I promise you'll love that game.
Last week was the money week, bro. I had so many sponsored things that I had to do, and then Sunday I had to put out content. So this week I might be more open. I think tomorrow I could do stuff, and actually Thursday I don't have anything, so I could probably do that then. Let me pick up this Super People. Let me know what it is. We do animals. I had HelloFresh last week, and that was its own thing. But I got one more sponsored stream tonight, and then I'm good. So,
All right.
But guys, that's gonna do it for y'all gaming. Thank you guys for tuning in. This will be on YouTube, I think, somewhere. Maybe not on YouTube, but it'll be on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere that you guys can find podcasts. You're going back to streaming?
Yep, I gotta play Super People. So if you want to see see and hear my thoughts on that, then definitely come through. There's an 87 of y'all. I'm expecting to see at least half of y'all.
At least
back into the stream. At least, just I'm trying to be nice, trying to keep it. I don't want to say everybody because then, that's just living up to false expectations. But at least half of y'all should come through, hang out for a little bit. It's a great stream. Just like this here is great. So is the stream. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys maybe next week, and if not next week, I think after that at least Pokemon will come out. So
true, I forgot about
something to come out.
I'm trying to see if I need to get that or not. I'm not a Pokemon guy, but wish there were more games coming out, bro. I'm literally about to play Def Jam Fight for New York. That's actually something I'm gonna play soon. Not a joke. I am this because I've never played it and I've always wanted to. I've got that and Who Can Stop Mr. Domino, which is a PS1 game, and like Deltarune. Like
I think it's just a pretty dry month because like when you start looking at next month and everything, like the next 2 months are stacked for like there's games that should be able to take up for 2 weeks. So we have on the 28th we have Pokemon. You can play Pokemon all the way up to Sifu if you care about that, and if you don't care about that, you play Pokemon all the way up to Horizon Zero Dawn. And then when Horizon Zero Dawn comes out, you can play that all the way up to Elden Ring. And then when Elden Ring comes out, you can play that all the way up to Kirby. And like it's nice few months for games once January is passed, but gotta get past January first. Man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty dumb, but all right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Good night and goodbye.